Central New York, and hello, hockey fans all across the internet, and welcome to 315 Hockey Live, brought to you by 315hockey.com and powered by My Little Falls. I'm your host, Scott Kinville, and we have got a great show lined up for you tonight. Looks like we're going to be having some multiple guest action and everything. But before I bring our guests in, I'm going to bring in our sidekicks here. Now, everybody knows that Dave the Saves is here every week, and you know what? I don't want to bother him too much because he's cold. He's over there shivering in the corner.
Yeah, I'm over
all
here.
Bundled up.
Yeah.
So there he is.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Poor guy.
I got a nice warm coat on. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, like I told you, we need the abominable snowman in here.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. We'll try the green screen action and put some snow behind me or something.
Yeah, something like that, right? Anyways, we have a returning co-host. He's been away from us for a little while. He's work obligations and schedules just going haywire, but he's back tonight, Mr. Mike Berminski. Mike, what's going on?
Like I said before the show, just happy to be back and get things rolling again for a couple of weeks here, I hope.
Nice. I see you got some new headwear.
Yeah, hopefully all than usual.
I'm not sure if you were ready for the show, if you were ready to go play some Xbox or something. That was
Yeah, I know.
But anyways, we want to talk about the Rink of Dreams. If anybody who's watched Marty's Illegal Stick, the old hockey
guys, can you hear me?
Can hear you very well. Good, Mark. Thank you. The old hockey podcast we used to do. We had this guy on a few times. He created the Rink of Dreams, which is more or less like the minor league hockey Hall of Fame, and he's having all kinds of events involved with the Rink of Dreams. But I'm going to bring him right in so he can describe to us what is going on coming up in February. He is the one and the only Mr. Barry Shelley. Barry, how are you?
Hey, Scott. How you doing? Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. So how's it going down there in Cooperstown?
Cold.
No way.
Yeah, I just wish I had a nice warm spot like Dave does, sitting in his living room right now. You know, but I'm right out here on the pond.
Look at what Barry's got on. I mean, come on, don't be ragging on me. Jeez.
Oh, let's not get you show off the rails already.
Really.
Okay, let's try it. Anyways, Barry, your Rink of Dreams. We've talked about this several times before. It's just an awesome setup you got there, but you're also doing the Rink of Dreams Winter Classic. You've done one before, I believe, correct?
Yes, I did. I had members, the actors and players that were in the movie Youngblood and from the movie Slapshot. They came down and we played a game, and that was a fantastic time. I had the local kids, and I had George Finn, who played the role as Rocky in Youngblood. And once they found out it was him, God, they were dropping the gloves. The little 8 and 9-year-olds. Surprising how many of them have seen the movie Youngblood, and some have seen Slapshot, but I think more of them seen Youngblood, and they were dropping their gloves, wanting to go, with George, and it was a great time. So I was gonna try to have one last year, but that fell through basically because I got sick and the weather wasn't the greatest, and then this year. Will be our second one in 3 years.
That's awesome. And I got to ask you, since George Finn was involved, how many of those kids asked him, "Do you want to go, pretty boy?"
A few. Yeah, we went out the night before at the restaurant, and believe it or not, a couple ladies, I'd say they were in their 40s or 50s. One came up to him, got her picture taken with him, and turned to him, and she even asked him if he wanted to go.
That's awesome.
So that was hilarious.
That's great. So this game is actually an outdoor game because I know there is no indoor rink down in Cooperstown. So tell us a little bit about that rink you're going to be playing at.
Okay, it's behind Price Chopper. It's called Badger Park. It's a basketball court in the summertime, and then they lay plastic and the boards up around it in the wintertime, flood it. They flooded it about 3 or 4 weeks ago, but still not ready to skate on. But by February it will be.
Oh, and,
I'm sure. No dressing rooms or anything. So we had to put the year we did it before, it was below zero. And I could not believe how many guys, while putting on our skates and pads and so forth, all our knuckles got so dried and cold, they started bleeding. So all our hands were bleeding, and we were taping them. And people were like thinking we got in a fight, even before we went on the ice. But hopefully this year it won't be as cold.
That's right, because you have a team traveling up this year to play you guys, coming up from New Jersey. And here to tell us all about that is a guy who's got one heck of a hockey resume himself. Former strength and conditioning coach for the New York Rangers and the New Jersey Devils, amongst many other things. I'm going to bring him right in, Mark Puttenvink, to tell us all about the New Jersey Warriors. Amongst many other things. I'm going to bring him right in, Mark Puttenvink, to tell us all about the New Jersey Warriors.
Hey guys, good evening. Can you all hear me?
We can hear you, Mark.
Yeah, we can hear you, Mark. You got some wicked feedback there, kind of looping around.
Yeah, we're on quite a delay.
Yeah, we can hear you, Mark. You got some wicked feedback there.
Yeah, let me hold on one second. Is that better, guys? I don't know if I can hear you though.
Yeah, that's actually good. The feedback went away. Can you hear us?
Guys, let me try to get back on. Hold on one second.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So, well, we're doing that. Hey, listen, I always say every episode, if there isn't something that goes wrong, it's not a show.
I've got no control over that.
I didn't say you.
Yeah,
Don't get guilty conscience over there.
I get all,
you and all your frigidness.
As Barry's all just bundled up.
But Barry, you did say, while we're waiting for Mark, you did say that the rink is not skatable yet.
No, they were hoping by this weekend, but like I told you before the show, it's supposed to be in the 50s from Wednesday evening until next Wednesday. So, I don't know how good that's gonna, be, but I'm still positive by February it'll be skatable. And I was wondering, as we're waiting for Mark to come on, did you want me to tell you the activities for that weekend? What we have planned?
Hold on, just a second. There we go.
There we go.
Sorry
Much
about
better.
that, guy. I'm not very technology is my downfall.
Mark, don't worry about it, because without Dave, are you kidding me? We'd be doing this by phone conversation, because there's no way I could do it. So that's
Things are about to get broken in here.
You're right. So how you been?
I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
Doing excellent. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's my man Ted, my main man Ted.
There
hey guys.
Ted, how are you?
Ted.
Thanks for taking the time to come on. We appreciate it.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, Mark.
Not too much.
We're both super pumped for the whole weekend, because it's just going to be an amazing event, and can't thank you enough, Barry. What you've done and what you continue to do is amazing for veterans and just for hockey in general. So hats off.
Yeah, absolutely, Barry. This is a wonderful thing you're doing. So I was wondering if you guys could first just give us a quick overview of the New Jersey Warriors.
Sure, we're a disabled veteran hockey program. The players have to have a minimum 10% VA rating, and it's the Warrior program is with USA Hockey. So it's, I think, Ted, what are we up to, about 40 or so teams nationwide, I think?
Yeah, about 40, Mark.
Wow.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I said, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, there's quite a few. I think Michigan and Minnesota have multiple teams. I know Michigan has at least two, right, Ted? 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So anyhow, we started this thing, Ted and I, right before COVID. We got off the ground running, and we've had a great response. And the veterans really, the feedback we get is extremely positive in terms of it's a great place for them to get together and share their story with each other and their camaraderie. Ted and I walk out of the room. We're civilians. We're not veterans. Barry's a veteran. Thank you for your service, Barry. We leave the room and we let them do their thing. But Ted and I provide the hockey, and then they provide it's really, we try to get as therapeutic as we can for the guys and the women that are involved in the program.
That's excellent. That is excellent. So Ted, how does one go about joining the Warriors?
Yeah, so it's really easy. And just I wanted to add something to what Mark said, because for us, we're hockey lifers, but hockey's really just the excuse to do what we do. It's the excuse that we use to be able to bring these servicemen and servicewomen together who are able to rebuild that sense of team, renew that sense of hope and purpose. And really the camaraderie that comes out of this is life-changing. It is really, it takes, our veterans who are used to thriving in a very structured and disciplined environment. And they come out of the service where they don't have any of that. And it's really tough. Plus all the additional stressors of reacclimation. And so now we've got this ability for them to be with other people who are going through the same things that they're going through, things that Mark and I don't know about, but things that we know that by creating this environment, we're giving them an opportunity to thrive, an opportunity to renew that sense of ability for these disabled veterans, to know that there's still nothing they can't do by working together as a team and doing things with each other. So that was the sort of preface to how does someone become a warrior? Because we get a lot of people asking us all the time, how could I get involved? How can I become a warrior? It's super easy. We are open to all veterans that have a disability, whether they have a rating or not. We want to talk to them. We want to show them how easy it is to get this disability rating, because a lot of our guys have come into the team and then sort of gone through the disability process as an afterthought. So there's a link on our website, www.njwarriors.org. It says Become a Warrior. You fill out that form. We get in touch with you. We send you the information that you need, and we take it from there. But I'll also say that there are guys and girls that want to be a part of the program that don't know how to skate yet. We have a scholarship program for veterans who are interested in becoming part of our team that don't even know how to skate yet. And we'll take them through a 6-week learn to play hockey program free of charge for them, just to get them on the ice and to get them to see if it's something they want to do. Free.
That is excellent. That is excellent. Dave, maybe we can get that website going across the bottom of our screen there. For anybody who's watching, can definitely check that out.
www.njwarriors.org.
Excellent. That is excellent. Well, I tell you, this is one heck of a thing you guys do for the veterans. It really is. And I was looking at your website a little bit earlier. You got quite a few sponsors, including the New Jersey Devils.
So,
And so, there's about 40 of these programs across the country. And I would say maybe half of them have a local market NHL affiliate. Not all programs do. We happen to be really fortunate to have the support and blessing of the New Jersey Devils. That's our affiliate program. And for us, they've been phenomenal in terms of helping us start out from the very beginning, Mark, to helping us with jerseys, ice time, alumni, and players coming to our events and supporting our efforts. It's really been amazing to have the support of the New Jersey Devils.
So in return, we participate in as many as possible. The New Jersey Devils have a learn to play program, and it's spread out throughout New Jersey in multiple rinks. And Kevin Fox, who is our point man and has been a tremendous help, and I know, Barry, you know about Kevin. Through Kevin, we send out some of our warriors to go help with the learn to play program, when in reality, some of them probably skate not too much better than some of the other kids. But in any event, it's again another way for the guys to get on the ice. And the other thing is that maybe Ted and I overlook, Ernie Hernandez, guys like Ernie that are driven Devil fans to be on the ice with Scotty Gomez or Kenny Danico or Colin White. It's just tremendous. And we can't thank the Devils enough for their support.
Yeah,
Players,
that's
alumni, Kevin Fox in particular.
Oh, that is really awesome. That is, and I was also noticing too that you guys play at the Prudential Center, which has got to be a thrill and a half right there.
Yeah, that's our home ice, and we'll really, we play anywhere that we can get ice. For us, our mission is to get these guys together on the ice, off the ice. We do a lot of work for the community, in the community. The one interesting thing that Mark and I have discovered about the men and women on this team is this notion of service that runs through their DNA. And so every chance they have, for us, all we're trying to do is do things for these veterans. And all they want to do is to continue to serve other people. And so we do a lot of community work. We've got a program with Bergen County Horse Rescue, which is a horse rescue farm. We go up and we help them rebuild stables and take care of the grounds and other types of community activities and events where we can go out and support the community, but doing so as a team. And it's that sort of being together as a team, which is really therapeutic for our men and women.
Excellent.
We've even in the past couple of years, we participated in the disabled tournament, which was a disabilities tournament, which were adults with disabilities And I don't know, Ted, how many teams were there? 50, maybe 60 teams.
Yeah, all over.
Wow.
Yeah, U.S.,
Yeah,
Canada.
we had the Warriors play, quote unquote, their all-star team, and it was a tremendous event. And then I think it was last year they had the sled hockey tournament national festival in New Jersey, and we participated in that, and it was tremendous as well.
That's excellent. Now, do the Warriors have a sled hockey team as well, or is it
not currently? But we actually. So one thing we do have is a blind player.
Mm-hmm.
So we all wear black helmets. He has white. Whoever we're playing, we just tell him, hey, listen, the guy with the white helmet, he's got 10% vision. So as he describes it, it's like looking through a straw.
Sure.
So he's got to take a snapshot, remember what's going on over there. And you know what? If you didn't know, it's unbelievable, right, Ted? The way John plays, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
I'll tell you, I got a few years back. There was the blind hockey team was playing up in Whitestown, which is near us, where Barry and I live, and that's incredible what they do too with the different style puck. And I'll tell you, if anybody's ever watched sled hockey, all the respect in the world to the men and women who play that, because that has got to be so incredibly taxing on your upper body to play that.
So we've been on the ice with Jack Wallace and other members of the USA team for the Disabled Festival. Came around through New Jersey, and we went on the ice to help some kids from Newark, New Jersey, some underprivileged kids come on the ice and see what it's like to be on a sled. And I'll tell you, that was amazing to see that happen. But what was really cool was afterwards, we actually watched one of the top tier competitive sled competitions. And I'll tell you, it's faster and more enjoyable to watch than some of the hockey that we've seen.
Oh yeah.
They can really
it's
rip it.
Fast and fierce.
They can really rip a shot. I mean, because they're down low and they can.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. That low center of gravity, man. I mean, it's like a slingshot coming out of there.
It's a fast physical game.
No doubt about it. That's so we know you're coming up here in February. What are some of the other places that you've been to? Like, is it mainly Northeast, or are you all around?
No.
So
I got an immediate no on that one.
So our first year, we they had the National Warriors tournament in Las Vegas, and there was an entertainer. His name escapes me now, but he won one of the TV shows. In any event, he writes a check for the whole tournament. So Ted and I had just started the program, and we kind of kicked it around and said, you know what, Ted, let's just go. So we went out with a total of 10 people, which 8 skaters and 2 goaltenders, right, Ted? Is that what it was? We had 2? Yeah. So we had 8 skaters and 2 goaltenders. And somehow, the first playoff game against Buffalo, the third period, we were down to 1 forward and 1 defenseman. Everybody was hurt. So it was quite an experience. We had a blast. And so that was our first foray, so to speak, or dipping our toes into the waters of the Warrior program. But we had an incredible time out there. And then last year, Ted, why don't you talk about Wisconsin? Was just tremendous.
Yeah, sure. This was great. So for the first year last year, USA Hockey opened up a Warriors division for their Pond Classic up in Eagle River, Wisconsin. This is February 20th or so, 3rd week in February, all the way up in the northern Wisconsin. A beautiful event with, what were there, like 20 different rinks plowed out. This is a 4-on-4, no goal tournament. Yeah, like 200 teams from all over, men's teams, women's team, and they had a Warriors division. And we went up kind of on a lark, and boy, the hospitality, the locals there, the people were just amazing. We had such a great time traveling up there. We flew into Green Bay. We rented a big giant van. We all piled in with our stuff, and wasn't nearly as bad as the smelly stuff coming back from Eagle River to Green Bay, but it was a great weekend. We actually won the tournament. It was an incredible experience for us, and just again, memories that will last a lifetime. This was sponsored by Labatt's. The trophy was an empty pony keg with our name on it. It was great. Barry, you've seen it. I've showed it to you. You've got pictures of it.
Yeah, it's a picture on my website.
And then this year, we're going to be doing St. Louis. They have a disabled festival in St. Louis in March that we're looking at bringing the team to. So, again, we're always looking at ways that we can travel with the team. But as you know, it's expensive. So, our program relies on support and donations of individuals, local organizations, local businesses that help us do the things that we do.
And if one would like to donate, all that's right there on the website as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right on the website.
So-
Yeah, our website's great. It's go ahead, Mark.
No, I was going to say, so what Barry has created with the Rink of Dreams is a separate, incredible journey. But what he has done now with this outdoor classic game, inviting us up, I mean, it's weird. It's I've been around hockey and I've been at different levels. I've had some success and some failures, but to me, I'm more excited about coming up to this for Barry's weekend than I've ever been about just about anything in hockey, because it's just going to be. Words can't describe how tremendous of an event it's going to be, and just can't thank you enough, Barry.
Our players, Barry, our players are buzzing. We've gotten this. We've got a full coach bus that's taken our whole team up there. We've got enough room, so we're allowing players to bring an adult +1. That's just sort of amped up the level of energy that's surrounding this event, and between going to Cooperstown, and then we're doing some stuff with Ommegang Brewery and the Rink of Dreams Hall of Fame, and then our outdoor game, and then going to see the hockey game up there when Utica plays Syracuse. Super, super excited for the weekend.
Oh, I am too.
So I'll tell you, Barry, if I could, I would like to tell you that we had the guys right before COVID line up on the blue line. So we put up full six guys on the ice with the Devils. So we went Devil Warrior for Veterans Day, the national anthem. Tremendous. This weekend that we're going to have by Barry is going to surpass that, because these players are going to feel like real hockey players coming into a town, and everybody coming out to greet them and treat them with love. It's going to be just incredible event.
Yeah, I'm having veterans. Some of my members, we're having veterans coming from Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Connecticut,
Little Falls,
Maryland, Utica. I have 3 veterans coming down. They heard about it. They want to play. So this is going to be great to get everybody together. As you mentioned, Ommegang, they've been so kind. They've donated the beer that weekend.
I hope they got a lot of it too.
Well, they donated some cases, so I'm going to go pick it up about a week beforehand.
that's
Mel's,
a mistake.
Brian at Mel's has
Barry, you're
donated.
telling us we're gonna have to make a second run?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'll get more beer if we need it. So.
Barry's going to have it for a week
Yeah.
before the event. That's
Oh
a
no,
mistake.
I'm not going to drink any of it.
Just
Oh,
as
no,
Ommegang,
of
you
course
can have the
not.
key to the brewery.
Yeah.
That's all.
We'll believe that when
Yeah.
we see it, Barry.
And Friday night when they come up, our American Legion here in town, they've opened up their entire facility for us. They donated the building, and I have so many restaurants that's providing catering for all the players. Toscana's, Tony from Toscana, he's going to be providing some dishes. New York Pizzeria, they are donating pizzas. Daddy L's at Oneonta, he's donating a deli package and sandwiches and so forth. Toscana's, I mentioned, and I'm working on a couple more businesses in the next week or two. During the holidays, I went out, but the people I needed to talk to, they were away on vacation.
Hey,
So-
Barry, I hope we get to meet these business owners, because I know our players are going to really want to thank them and just show
Yeah.
their
Well,
appreciation.
I invited them all Friday night to come to the American Legion, and I'm having programs printed up. Their names and their business cards will be on all the programs as a way of thanking them. But a lot of them, and also that night as a benefit to the Warriors to give back some, having a 50-50 raffle. And they'll be getting the proceeds. And I've had a lot of store owners donating items. We're going to have a silent auction, and all the proceeds from all the items that's being auctioned that night will go to the Warriors on Friday night.
We'll
Incredible.
bring some cool mementos as well. We've got a really cool camouflage New Jersey Devils military appreciation jersey that we're going to have our players sign, and we'll see if we can get some of the alumni to sign as well.
Awesome. That is
And
awesome.
I'm making pucks up to sell, and all the proceeds during the game. I don't know if you can see that. That's how
That's
it.
awesome. So excited.
I have 100 made up now. I'm waiting for another case of pucks to come to make them up. and they'll be on sale that night. And I'm getting bumper stickers made up. Ted, I love the ones you sent me. I'm going to have them made up, and, so I'd like to help out as much as I can for your expenses. And, I know everyone here too will too. And I just want people to know this isn't going to be like a real hockey game where people just sit in the stands and watch. We want them involved. So I invited the locals. If they have skates or sticks, come on down and skate with us. That
Beautiful.
worked out.
It's awesome.
Great.
Barry froze.
Oh,
Either I froze or Barry froze. I think Barry froze.
yeah. It got too cold down there in Cooperstown. But,
Yeah.
Well, coat was too much for him.
So, guys, while Barry's going through the technical difficulties there, just we keep saying February. What dates are you guys coming up
it's
for?
the 17th to the 19th. So this is President's Weekend. Our team's going to be heading up Friday night. We're getting a bus here in New Jersey around noon. All our players are coming from far and wide to meet up and jump on this bus that we're going to take. It's going to be a rowdy ride for sure, but we're all looking forward to it. Super excited. So we'll be there Friday night. We'll be there all day Saturday. We've got a full schedule of events that Barry's worked on for us. And then Sunday we'll be heading home, but we're going to head home by way of stopping for lunch at Ommegang Brewery. So
awesome. And when you said rowdy ride on the bus, all I could think of was Slapshot.
Yeah, well, that's what Mark and I are afraid of.
Actually, that's actually what Ted and I are looking forward to.
Yeah, right.
That's just gonna be funny. You
Yeah,
gotta
if
document
we're down
that.
in the luggage hold, it's not because we were forced there. It's because it was by choice that Mark and I.
That'd be a cold ride.
Hey guys, listen, I'm going to let you go. I've got a house full of company here, but I told Barry I wanted to jump on just for a minute. Thank you so much for doing this and for supporting our program. Mark, I love you, brother. Everything that you do, I couldn't do it without you. You know that, man.
Goes right back at you, brother.
Ted,
Thanks,
thank you so
gentlemen.
much.
You
We
have a great
appreciate
night.
it. Thank
All
you.
right. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Take care.
So one of the things that I want to talk about is Ted and I have even talked about, and I've conversed with the people in Alaska that have a team of going up to Alaska, playing a couple games, and combining that with a fishing trip.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we're trying to think outside the box, more about creating, again, through hockey, an adventure for these guys.
Experiences.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got a very good friend of mine, Bill Brown. He was a Navy SEAL, retired Navy SEAL, and he does these SEAL swims. I don't know if you're familiar with it, across the Hudson. We had 4 so far, but in any event, they use it as therapy. It's very therapeutic for them, and they'll do the swim up here. They'll do one in Tampa. They do one in Boston. They climb some mountain. I don't know, whatever. But the point is, that's kind of what we want to create for these men and women, is that we through hockey, we kind of attach hockey to another adventure, another experience, just for them to just to kind of get together and do it.
That's so awesome. I mean, and we're talking about this outdoor game that set me to thinking too. It's too bad maybe someday down the road, like if you get the NHL involved with the Winter Classic, they can do like a separate game for these guys and stuff like that. It'd be so.
There was actually some talk this year that we were going to play in this year's game in Boston.
Oh, but Fenway, yeah.
Yeah, and Microsoft is going to write a check, but for us to go up and play a couple of Warrior, they're going to have like 4 Warrior teams or something like that. But something got snafu'd and it didn't happen. But yeah, that's a thought, and that would be tremendous.
Oh yeah, that really would. That would. Well, I tell you though, I mean, but like I said, hats off to you and Ted and everybody at the New Jersey Warriors organization, because this is such a great thing. And it's, Mark, it's one of those things that just makes hockey so great and so unique because, I mean, this is, it almost sounds cliche, but hockey really is just one big family. And it just, it seems to show just every single day, and stuff like this just reinforces that.
And I'm sure you guys do the same. I have friends from hockey that were from 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 30 years ago, but we're still friends. And it's just like you say, it's a community that just is really strong and pulls in a good way at you, for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm not really sure what happened to Barry. I keep looking at my phone, and
he's trying to come back.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
There
He's back.
My wife went out.
I just hope we don't go up and get smoked. That's all I'm worried about. 'Cause, you know, our
Well-
goaltender Jimmy Jam, I love him to death like a son, but man.
Hey, listen, I just got, speaking of goaltenders, Barry, are you getting in goal for this game? Is the snake coming back?
Yep. For a little. Where'd Ted go?
Ted
He had to go.
He's got
Oh. Yeah, my Wi-Fi went out and I had to shut down my computer and bring it back up. So I hope you're coming down, Scott.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'll be there. Of course
Okay.
I will. Just before we end it, I do want to know just how this came about. So the connection.
If I could. So Tommy Laidlaw, ex-New York Ranger,
Mhm.
ex-LA King, current True Grit warrior, so to speak. So I when I was with New York, Tommy was long gone. I mean, we were about the same age. Tommy's a few years younger than me, but we kind of became Facebook friends. I'm not sure how, probably through another Ranger I knew or somebody in hockey. And we got to talking. In fact, he came to the very first Navy SEAL swim. He came to it. He came to the second one. So Tom and I became friendly, and he started talking about Barry Shelley. Barry Shelley, Rink of Dreams, and that Barry Shelley is a veteran, and all these great things about Barry. And that's kind of how my connection to Barry began, through Tommy Laidlaw. And then here we are. It's tremendous. So again, to your point, NHL guy, NHL strength coach, Barry up in Cooper, somehow we all came together because of hockey. And something tremendous is going to happen now for these veterans. It's just amazing. It really is.
Absolutely.
And Scott, I'd like to mention anyone who wants to come down, because it's a 2-day event. It's Friday night at the Legion and then Saturday, the game. If people live 2-3 hours away and they want to come down, I've arranged a great deal with the Holiday Inn Express here in Cooperstown, a great price of $109 a room. So if two guys want to come down, share, it's about $50 a piece.
That's excellent.
And in Cooperstown, you can't beat that.
No, not at all. Not at all.
If they want to call the Holiday Inn, all they have to do is mention WWW. That's the code. And the phone number is 607-547-8000. And I have the rooms booked, and blocked, and they're going to hold it until the second week in February. So if they want to come down on a Friday night and just stay one night, and go back Saturday, or they could stay Friday and Saturday, but that way they don't have to travel 2 or 3 hours one way and then go back home and then come back the next day.
Awesome. Very awesome.
That includes a free breakfast. Dave the Save has volunteered to come down to Cooperstown to bake breakfast for everybody that Saturday.
I don't know how many are going to be running to the toilet on Saturday, but yeah.
Barry, look at him in December. You imagine what he's going to be like in February? I mean, he's going to be able to move. He's going to be frozen
I
out.
have a white snow bear kind of outfit.
You're going to need it.
It's camo.
So we have Montclair State University, which they have a twin rink there, and I actually coached there a while back. But Ted is connected with their communications department and marketing, and they work with us every year doing a lot of all of our social media and stuff. And 2 or 3 of them are going to come, and they're going to document this whole trip. So tremendous. I mean,
awesome.
Shave now every day,
Cool.
Barry, but we're gonna have to shave every day. But yeah, so they're gonna. And it's just. I can't tell you how much we're really looking forward to this. This is like, what was the movie up in Alaska? What was it? Mystery Alaska.
Oh, Mystery Alaska.
Mystery Alaska. Yeah.
Not quite the same caliber of hockey, but the same thought.
That's
People loving
awesome.
the game.
That is,
All we need is the New York Rangers to fly the helicopter down.
Yeah.
And so this is another thing that's funny. So Tommy Laidlaw, obviously Rangers, right? And so, I was fortunate and unfortunate, however you want to look at it, to be with both clubs, and they still hate each other. And I remember the first time we played, they hate each other. I mean, probably the Rangers hate the Devils. I would say the only team they surpass in hatred is the Islanders, no question. New York Islanders. Absolutely no question. But the very first time we played them in an exhibition game, and you go down the other locker room, say hello to the guys during the morning skate. I start wandering my way down, and Danico comes out. He looks at me wearing my Ranger stuff, and he looks so cute in your little Ranger outfit there. Anyhow, so and so Kevin Fox, who is our New Jersey Devil point man, Kevin actually played goal for me or for our team at Montclair State, took us to the Nationals. Tremendous hockey player, great man, tremendous guy. But they're very sensitive about, like, I brought my bag in one time, not thinking, into the rink, just my skate bag, and they were like, "What are you doing? Like, are you nuts? Get that out of here." So, but it's, again, so Laidlaw's a Ranger, true and true, still a Ranger, even though he played for the Kings. Tommy's a Ranger.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And so, like, and that, but it's, again, this is about love for our veterans, and it's just tremendous. It's a pretty cool thing, man. Gotta tell you.
Yeah.
Now, the only question I have about tonight is the Ranger game, right? Which started, I guess, a half hour ago. Is how many guys Tommy Wilson's already run around and destroyed.
Oh, is he back tonight?
Brian Reeves is gone, so now he can just do what he wants.
Oh, well, I didn't know Tom Wilson was coming back tonight. He's been on IR.
Oh,
that's
okay.
That's going to be interesting.
Maybe the Rangers can take a breather. I'm not sure. You might be right.
A flashback.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there it is. One of our old friends on the show. Oh my God, he could not stand Tom Wilson. And
you know what? Though, how many guys have been around? And he's a good hockey player too. I mean, he's not bad, but everybody hates him. But you'd all love to have him on your team.
Exactly.
You want that guy.
It's like the Brad Marchand thing, right? Everybody can't stand Brad Marchand, but you know what? Who would not want that guy on their team, right?
Tremendous hockey player. You're good. Slap stir, shit stir, and poke and run kind of guy, but tremendous hockey player.
Absolutely. Oh,
reminds me of a better skilled guy, but Darcy Tucker.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy weighed like what, about $160 maybe. And he always looked like he was out in the rain all night, but he beat the crap out of you.
Exactly. Well, Mark, I mean, I got to say, I've seen some of your workout videos on Facebook and all that. I wouldn't mess with this, so maybe you can go skate for the Rangers.
Well, no. So those videos, I got a call today from the Bergen County park ranger, and they've asked me to stay out of the park because the animals are very concerned for my mental health. They see me swinging from the tree, and the squirrels are like, "What?"
You see her, just stay away from them, kids. Just stay away from them.
Yeah. Don't look, kids.
Oh.
I've been in gyms my whole life. I'm so tired of being inside a gym in a building. So, but at some point, I guess I'm gonna have to go back in.
Yeah, but there's still got to be some other parks around there you can go to. There's got to be.
New York State's like right up the street here, so I'll just go to New York State.
There you go.
Well, Scott can tell.
It's a big state, so there's a lot of. Yeah.
Scott can tell you he's been down here a number of times. I have plenty of trees all around my house.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mark, you're going to have a field day down there, Barry.
Yeah.
There may be a couple of bears running around. You can wrestle if you want to.
You know what? Bears don't. You know what I don't like? Snakes, man. I do not.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, it'll be February. Those things won't be out.
So, I'm like a hero now back in the woods. Like, where are you now, man?
Oh, that is awesome. That's awesome. Well, guys, I just want to say thank you for coming on and telling us all about this. This is great.
Yeah.
Mark, whereabouts on social media are we going to find stuff for the New Jersey Warriors?
So Facebook and also Instagram.
Instagram, okay.
Yeah.
And you guys have a Twitter page too, right?
We do.
Yes.
Yeah. They already tagged us out there in Instagram world. It popped up on my phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, somebody's on top of it.
Full transparency. Ted is the brains behind all that. Like,
I'm
a knuckle dragger. I just kind of,
But yeah, I didn't see you grabbing anything to put something on social media. So.
Oh boy, that is awesome. That's awesome. Well, so let's see. So February 17th and 18th are the big days down there in Cooperstown. And, we're going to keep talking about this when the build up to, and we'll be putting this out on all our social medias and all that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see this. I'll be down there for sure.
Beautiful. Can't wait to see it.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. And it's going to be great. I'm looking very forward to it.
Me too. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, thank you for coming on short notice too. I don't know if Barry explained that to you, my schedule and then the holidays, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Hey man, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having us on. Let us talk about our program. Really appreciate it, brother.
Absolutely, no problem. Anytime, Mark. Thank you so much. And like I said, we'll see you in about a couple months now. So
and have a happy New Year.
All right, you too, buddy. Thank you so much.
All right, guys.
All right, take care. All right, Mark Puttenvink. That was awesome. That really was. I mean, I'm looking so forward to this. This is going to be so much fun. And Barry, this is just tremendous what you've done. It really is.
Still more stuff to do. So I'm still trying to get some coverage here. I've been writing and calling all the papers and TV stations. Haven't heard nothing back, but maybe I'll just keep on bugging them. Maybe.
Well, maybe what we can do, maybe Dave the Saving can put together a few clips out of this and we can send them too. He's look at him looking at me. I got the daggers right there. He's like,
I didn't give you any daggers.
What are you doing?
No. Well, I think it's gonna be a great time, and I am looking forward to a lot of the members. Like I said, they have veteran buddies that they're coming down from Utica. I have some from Oneonta and out of state, and it's gonna be great seeing all the veterans together and bond. That's gonna be
absolutely. Yeah, because you said you're going to the Comets game that Saturday night, and that'll be a really good time.
Yeah, that'll be a good. And we'll. Ted said that they're going to be wearing their jerseys so everyone can notice them. And
nice.
I bought jerseys I got 10 sets of jerseys for the Rink of Dreams. It's I think you've seen it.
Yeah.
I got 10 of them, so the players coming who played for us will be able to have their jerseys to wear. So and we'll be wearing that up to Utica that night also to the hockey game. And who knows, maybe, they have enough injuries, maybe we can fill in.
There you go.
Yeah.
Barry, you can be the e-bug.
I was hoping to be a goalie. I want to face,
that's what I mean.
90-mile-an-hour shots,
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Well, I could at least drive the Zamboni.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Be like putting Gump in there.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not have that visual.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. This is what we're going to do. We'll take a quick commercial break because now that we're talking about the Comets, we should come back and we should talk about update the Central New York hockey scene. So, Barry, if you want to stick around and help us do that, we'd love to have you aboard. And but in the meantime, we're going to take a quick break because I got to get a little bit of water. So, commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Visit My Little Falls and stay connected with the latest news, information, and events in the city and the area. Our mission is to generate interest in the community and connect residents in a more meaningful way by facilitating deeper conversations about how these stories will shape the future of the Mohawk Valley. Join thousands of weekly visitors who stay up to date with feature stories, interviews, videos, our event calendar, and print publication, the Mohawk Valley Express. It's about timely local news for the community, keeping citizens informed about important issues, telling about the people who live and work here, and giving locally owned businesses the opportunity to reach a very targeted audience of locals and tourists alike. It's a whole new form of media-rich content developed specifically for today's mobile lifestyle and listeners. You can download our iOS app in the iTunes store, listen to our country music streaming radio station, or sign up for a weekly newsletter. Stop by today at mylittlefalls.com. You'll be glad you did.
All right, and we are back for segment 2. Well, I'll tell you, if you're a hockey fan in Central New York, right now is a great time. It really is. I mean, even with all of our college teams being on break, the AHL teams in Central New York have just been on absolute fire as of late. Both the Utica Comets and the Syracuse Crunch are just doing it out there. We'll start with the Comets. They've won 4 straight. They're 6-3 for the month of December. The offense, which everybody thought was going to be a problem for the team, has absolutely exploded this month. They've scored 41 goals so far in just 9 games, which means they're averaging 4.5 goals a game, which you never thought you'd see from the way the beginning of the season started anyway. Graham Clark was named the AHL Player of the Week today. In just 2 games last week, he had 4 goals and 2 assists. Things are starting to come together nicely for the Comets. I mean, you got, Akira Schmid's back. They sent Mackenzie Blackwood back up to New Jersey. So the band's back together in the crease there as far as Nico Dawes and Akira Schmid. But Nikita Hotuk's gone. He got called up to New Jersey in the wake of the Ryan Graves and John Marino injuries. And Simone Nemec is at the World Junior Championships right now. But they have climbed their way into 4th place, and they're only 2 points behind Syracuse and Rochester. So I tell you guys, it's starting to come together. The one observation I've had this month of them is that it just doesn't seem like they don't let themselves get too down about anything. And that's, I think a lot of that's a testament to Kevin Dineen's style of coaching. But I mean, it's, who knows? It's the AHL. Things go up and down all the time. And of course, with call-ups and stuff like that too. But Barry, I know you've been watching. What do you think?
My number one observation lately is their defense. At the start of the season, I kept track of the shots on goals. In one game, first period, 18 against 2 shots on goal, even though it was tied. But you can't win giving up that many shots on goals. And a lot of the games, they were outshot, 12, 15, 18 shots a game. But, I've noticed within the last couple of weeks that has gone down, and, the defense seems to be not allowing as many shots as they used to. But I remember one game they didn't get their first shot. I believe it was against Syracuse. They had their first shot at about the 19-minute mark. Syracuse had like 17 shots on goal in the first period. They had 1. And, even though they held them scoreless that period, that takes a lot out of them,
Sure.
And for the second and third. And I think they've come a long way with that.
Verm, you're a goalie yourself. So I want to ask you, as a goalie, would you rather face a lot of shots, or would you rather have them all kind of, say held to 20 shots a game?
I always liked it when I saw more shots because you're more into the game. You're not just sitting back doing nothing, getting cold. I'd rather have a lot of action.
Yeah, that's, I always wondered, because, obviously I've never played goal. It would be a complete disaster if I ever went in.
We can show that disaster.
No. We don't need to show that disaster. I tried that once. And no.
I don't have it.
Oh, you don't have it queued up.
I don't have it queued up, Verm. But
was that you playing goal in street hockey?
Yeah,
I saw that. You did good.
But you know what? In all fairness, I didn't have all the equipment either. I couldn't take up as much of the net.
I don't think it would have made it a difference. The puck was whizzing by you, buddy.
Listen, those 8-year-old kids had great shots. Let me tell you something, okay? Don't ever judge the. Come on.
It was funny.
But no, Vern, I always did kind of wonder about that, because it would seem to me that if you're not, getting a lot of shots, you do run the risk of getting cold and just kind of almost, I don't want to say not concentrating on the game, but it's got to be hard to keep your head in the game too.
Yeah, definitely. You sit there for a few minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, in those shots, then someone comes down and rips one high glove,
Right.
Your action time just isn't there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
when I played goal, the worst time to face shots was before the game during the warm-ups, because the players, you turn around to get a puck out of the net, you're back, and they'll fire a slap shot right at you, and
just try to put one up your ass there, Barry.
Well, a couple times they did.
Gives hold of a meeting to the word puckering up.
Oh boy, I guess so. Boy, there it is. All right.
I couldn't help myself.
I knew you couldn't. I knew it. But, moving right along, we were talking about the crunch. They, too, have been excellent in the month of December. They've won 4 straight. They're 6-2 for the month of December. I haven't quite scored as many goals as the Comets, but they're almost in kind of role reversal, because Syracuse was one of the hottest offenses in the league for October and November. But now their defense is tightened up. Now, in the start of the season, they were having a heck of a time keeping the puck out of the net. But now they've only given up 20 goals for this month, which is 2.5 goals per game. A lot of that is Hugo Alnefelt. He's been having a tremendous month of December. The goaltender there, he's won 4 of their last 5 starts, or his last 5 starts, I should say. They have 3 of the top 20 scorers in the AHL, including Darren Radish, who's been a nice story, actually. He's the leading scorer amongst defensemen in the league, and he's also 3rd overall. So, Barry, I know you've also watched some Crunch games. What do you think?
I haven't watched too many of them. If I do, it's like 5 minutes here or there. I'm going to be watching a game tonight. Oh, no, it's the Hershey Bears and Wilkes-Barre are playing tonight. So usually when the Comets game is on, I'll watch them. But I've seen a couple of the Syracuse games, and they've impressed me along with Rochester. Rochester came out flying at the first of the year. I believe they won like 6 or 7 in a row.
Yep.
Yeah, and they kind of slowed down, but we're lucky to have these teams up, and we play against. I only wish, when the AHL used to just be like an East Coast, Massachusetts, everyone got to play. I kind of miss that now that it's spread across all the states in Canada.
Right.
We can't play, the West Coast teams or Chicago Wolves. I'd love to see a Wolves come, at least once, but I just wish they would, find a way that at least 1 or 2 times a West Coast team can come and play, and we can go out there one, but I know that costs a lot of money, and that's,
Well, that's the whole point, too, because Jim Sorosi, who's the COO of the Crunch, was on our 2nd episode, and we asked him about that because, like some teams do some traveling and other teams don't, and he made a very good point in the regard that the AHL does not contribute to these teams' travel budgets at all.
Oh, they don't?
So these teams all foot the bill themselves, right? So, I mean, and I know, sometimes people get a little frustrated. It's like, oh, well, we play Syracuse. If you're a Comets fan, right? You play Syracuse 14 times in a season. You play the Americans 12 times, this and that. And they don't bring, teams in from Texas, like the Texas Stars, for instance, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a big reason behind it because, especially if you're in a smaller market, that's a big chunk of change right there. Mm-hmm. To do all that traveling, and it's not just the travel itself. You got to think about hotel rooms. You got to think of everything. So, I mean, that's why they don't do it. But you're right. I mean, it would be pretty cool to see. I mean, and again, I know budget constrictions being what they are. I wouldn't ever expect them to see them playing teams from the Pacific Division.
Right.
Like, 1 year, if they could have play a team from the Central Division, not all of them, but somehow with a scheduling quirk, have a team from the Central come in, or maybe even play a few more teams from the Atlantic. But still, overall, this AHL North is turning out to be a tremendous division. It really is. And Syracuse and Utica being right in the thick of things is going to make things really, really interesting coming up. March, April, hopefully into May. If that should happen, but. No, both of these teams look fantastic. They really do. And it's going to be fun. Mm-hmm. So moving right along, like I mentioned earlier in the show, a lot of our college teams, as a matter of fact, all of them have been on their end of semester break. But as Verry knows, that's starting to come to a close now.
Yes, it is.
Look at me. Yep, sure.
Here we go.
Right back at it.
Yeah. Some of our teams are returning this week. The Oswego State men's hockey team, the Lakers, they're hosting the Oswego State Hockey Classic starting December 30th, and they're playing on the 31st as well. On Friday, the Lakers are facing St. Aslam. And then on Saturday, they will face the winner of Williams or number 3 Adrian. The Adrian Bulldogs are up in Oswego. So if Oswego and Adrian meet, that is going to be one heck of a game. No doubt about it. I mean, that's, and I mean, I've never been to Oswego yet. I'm making it a point to get out there this year, but I've heard that is an absolutely gorgeous arena out there.
Wait until after the winter.
What's that?
Wait till after the winter and the snow.
I know, right?
Good point.
Either that or get a snowmobile, right?
Yeah, get all the fun out of it.
But yeah, that's I mean, last week we just had Chris Sugar from D3 Hockey News on, and he lives out there, and he's he was saying it's a beautiful arena out there. But yeah, you definitely want to be careful when you're traveling. That's for sure. So, let's see. Our friends up on College Hill up there on Hamilton College, both of their men's and women's teams are back this weekend. Let's see. New Year's Eve, the number 13th ranked women's team goes to number 10 Elmira. They're on the road down there. That's going to be one heck of a game. A lot of poll implications right there too, because I mean, if Hamilton can beat Elmira, they got a good chance to move up. I mean, with Elmira being ranked 10th, so you got that. Let's see, the men's team, they're on the road. They're really on the road this weekend. They're going all the way out to Angola, Indiana for Friday and Saturday to play the Trine Thunder. And if the Trine Thunder sound familiar, they should, because they were just at the Odd about a month or so ago as part of the Thanksgiving Showcase. They tied the Pioneers there, so they're a pretty good team. And that's going to be a pretty good challenge for the Continentals. But, again, that's one of those times. That's an opportunity, right? You beat a team like Trine, at least take one of those games, and that's a chance for you to move up. And, Barry, have you got a co-host now?
Yeah, this is Blue. Blue.
I thought that was just Barry without his hat on.
I was like, wow.
I'm
What,
sorry.
what did you feed Dave today, Scott?
Oh, man. I don't know.
Scott, what did you feed Dave today?
You know what? I just kind of shoved it around the door. I didn't even look.
Too much Christmas candy, Barry.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
And last but not least, the Colgate Raiders men's hockey team returns to action this weekend, too. Friday night and Saturday afternoon, they are hosting the Maine Black Bears of the Hockey East Conference. I think I'm going to be going out there Friday night to cover that game because, you know what? It sounds like actually a pretty good matchup. Maine, who is, of course, their most famous hockey player, I believe, was Paul Correa. Never came out of there. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty good matchup and going to be a lot of fun. So look for that article on 315hockey.com, by the way, cheap plug. But and then I mentioned too, we're doing game previews and we're doing all kinds of articles on there. So if you ever get a chance, go ahead and check out 315hockey.com because we would love for you to see it. So
The observation articles are great. They're my favorite.
well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's you know, I tell you, there's a little secret that I want everybody to know.
Don't tell it.
Well, it is. It's just so you know. The ones that I read or write from are the three observations articles.
Right.
You know, so that's how you know
Yeah,
it
those
was
are good.
from me. Yeah. So it's just kind of.
You put your name on them. Of course we know it's you.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying that.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm working without a net over here, guys.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
That's funny. That was a good one.
It was, yeah. Way to go there, Zinger.
Yeah, all right,
It's,
all right.
okay. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So, anyways, everybody else returns to action next week. So, and I mean the Utica Pioneers men's and women's, Morrisville men's and women's, the Oswego women, Colgate women, and I'm thinking I'm missing one, and I just can't think of it off the top of my head because I didn't write it down. So there you go.
Barnyard Rats are back in action next
Yeah,
week.
that too.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
too.
Syracuse.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Syracuse.
Syracuse. That's right. Syracuse Orange. Thank you very much. Like I said, I knew I should have wrote that down before I left the house. I knew it. But yeah, so everybody else will be back. So fun times happening here in Central New York. But anyways, we're going to wrap up. Again, we want to thank Barry for coming on, Barry Shelley, to tell us all about the Rink of Dreams Classic, along with Mark Puttenvink and with Ted Curtin. We just, like I said, we appreciate those guys coming on, and we will be keeping you updated on the happenings of that tournament as we build up to it. So for Dave the Save Warner, for Mike Verminski, I'm Scott Kimball. Thanks for listening. We will see you next week on 315 Hockey Live.
Thanks.